Podcast. If you're new to my channel, I am Meiju and I live in Helsinki, Finland. I knit a lot and I design a lot. I have been designing for 10 years now, and I'm a part-time designer. I do this as on my free time, and I have a day job too, but I'm going to talk about that more a bit later. Today is Saturday, 4th of April. I decided that I could do a quick kind of extempore video. I didn't plan to make video today because we have been cleaning the house all day long, and I didn't know that I would have time to do this video. We have been doing some house cleaning and some renovating too, or not renovating, but buying new rugs and making some new stuff at home, because at last we have time to do the stuff that we have been planning to do a long time now, but now that we have to stay home all the time, we finally had time to do this thing. So today we went to IKEA and to click and collect things, and we just made our kids' playroom more convenient for them and for us. But anyway, I just wanted to announce that I decided that because this coronavirus situation is continuing, and at least our government made decisions that we are going to they are recommended us to stay at home and work from home until 13th of May, and our kids are also being schooling from home, so at least until 13th of May. The coronavirus situation in Finland is not that bad yet, but we are still going towards the situation in which the virus curve is going to be higher. There are deaths also in Finland, and some people are being hospitalized. But for now our healthcare capacity is still doing just fine, and because of the restrictions, I think that it's helping a lot to keep people more safe and help the healthcare system capacity to make the capacity to be enough in this situation. But I don't want to talk about the coronavirus situation that much. I just wanted to announce that to make your knitting life happier, I decided that I would discount all my patterns for some period, so you will get 20% off until 25th of April. So I recommend that you go to my Ravelry store and click all the patterns that you may need in this situation when you have to just stay home and knit a lot. So you don't need any code, just click your patterns and have happier times in knitting. despite the situation. I also have some, I don't have much to show you at this moment. I'm knitting one shawl which I don't want to show you yet because it's kind of secret stuff at the moment. I still have these yarns that I probably showed you in the last episode. I haven't had time to cast on these yet, but I will do it at some point. I have my swatch here, which I'm not going to show you yet. Then I found these from my stash. I think I have bought this over a year ago. Some yarns just they are kind of marinating in my stash longer than expected. These have been waiting for an idea of what to do with these. These are Lustig yarn. I've bought these from Ilo yarn shop, which is at the moment located in Turku, I think, or in Salo. At least at that time when I bought this, Ilo yarn was in Salo, but I think it's now in Turku. I haven't tried this yarn yet, but I will. It's Lustig yarn. It's kind of difficult to see. This is like graphite gray. The colorway is called December, and this is actually this doesn't have any colorway name here, so I don't know the colorway. There isn't anything said there, but it's really, it's kind of, there are spots and some variegated stripes too. And now I've got an idea what to do with these. These are DK weight, and I'm making a shawl from these. I've made one DK weight shawl before. It's called Summa Stripe shawl. You will find it on my Ravelry store. And I wore that shawl so much that it got stuck into my jacket zipper, and the yarn went broken, and I have the shawl somewhere, but I hadn't fixed it, so I need a similar shawl for next winter, so I'm going to cast on these, and I will make a pattern for next fall from these. Then I could show you this. I finished this a week ago, I think, and I have shown you this before. I was knitting this. This was my VIP when I was in having the trip in Dominican Republic, but now it's finished. It's colorwork yoke sweater, and some colorwork also on hems and on cuffs, and it got this turtleneck collar. It's top-down work, so it can be also done with the shorter collar or crew neck. So this has been tech edited, and I have to look at my final tech editor's note, and then I'm going to announce a test knitting for this. So if you want to test knit, I will announce that on Ravelry, on my Ravelry group. This time I've used a different tech editor that I usually do. I'm going to talk about this tech editing thing later, but I can tell you that I usually use a Finnish tech editor. She's very skillful in English, and I think she has a degree on English, and she's also a knitter. Her name is Pauliina Karru, and she can be found also on Instagram and on Ravelry. I think you can find her as with the name Lina Knits from Ravelry or on Instagram. I don't remember which one was on Ravelry and which one was in Instagram. And but this time for this I used an English-speaking tech editor from United States, and that went well also. Pauliina has been really busy, so that's why I decided to use another tech editor this time, so I could put this on test knitting sooner than I thought. So her name was Colleen, and you can find her from yarnedit.com. I really liked her style for tech editing, and I will probably use her services later if Pauliina doesn't have time to do all the tech editing for me. But anyway, then of course I have shown you these also before, but they are still waiting here because they are being test knitted at the moment. So this is this Sarcord sweater, which is made for Madeline To's Sport and Venoul. These are all also waiting to be photographed, and we have had some issues with the photographing. We haven't been able to schedule a session for photo shoot because my brother is also in quarantine after his trip from Spain, so I have to wait a week or so we could make a photo shoot session. And then there is this design which I have shown you before. I really like this one too. This will be published in the end of April and in May. And then I am wearing my older design. This is olive tree design pullover. It has lace panel on the back. You can find it on my Ravelry store, and now you will get 20% off from every pattern, so you can click it for you now. Then I could show you a thing that in which I'm really bad at it. There is a saying in that shoemakers' children go barefoot, I think in English. Suutarin lapsilla ei ole kenkiä in Finnish. And it's pretty much the situation in our family too, because, well, I don't mean in that sense. I will take care of my kids in every possible way that I can, but I'm not a sock knitter in a way that I really have bad second sock syndrome every time, and I kind of don't like knitting socks much. I've made and designed also socks in the past, and I should probably design them more, but I'm kind of bad at it. It's probably because I like to knit large garments, because the designing process always takes some time, and if I design a sweater, that takes almost the same time than as designing socks. Almost. Of course, sweater creating takes much more time than socks, because you don't have to make that much sizes for socks. But anyway, I think that designing socks takes time too, and then I like to knit a lot, so I like that I have larger pieces to knit and less paperwork. so that's probably why I don't have that much. I have knitted that much socks lately, and I have not designed them that much. But I could show you my problem now, because here are a pile of socks. Here are really old socks. This is Novita yarn, some Novita yarn, probably Seitsemänveljestä yarn, which I have. These are really old socks, and the pattern is not mine. It's some Novita pattern that I've used then. But as you can see, I have a problem here. I have once fixed them, as you can see, but they are broken again. And the thing why this happens is that I dance with my woolen socks, so they are in really bad company when the socks don't have good company when I wear them, because I dance a lot with these socks. This is the same thing with both. So I have two options. I could fix these. I could probably knit a whole new bottom for these. My mother-in-law usually does this if this happens. She knits new bottoms for the socks. If it's called bottom, I don't know. So about bottom, I think. These are my design. I have designed these for Ulla magazine, I think. It's webzine in Finnish, so the pattern is only in Finnish. But look at this. I have danced my socks away. I have a salsa. My hobby is salsa dancing. And I sometimes practice also in at home. So this is what happens. Or maybe it's the yarn. I have bad yarns here. I don't know. And here is the other one. So I should do something, but I'm terrible with these. I just don't. I like more knitting new stuff than fixing the old ones. And this is also my pattern. And some old Novita yarn. This wasn't Novita yarn, this was something else. I think this was really good sock yarn. At least it feels really good, but then again they are really broken. And then I have these. This is also my pattern for Ulla magazine. I'm terrible with these. This is opal, the opal yarn, opal sock yarn, if I recall it right. But and then I have these. These are just these are the socks that I are almost not yet broken, but they are getting there. I think the other sock is, yes, there is. So I should fix these, or should I cast on new socks? I have some sock yarn here, but I'm not sure if I have this. This is something old from my stash. I received the yarn when I was designing these Lainelaita socks. So that's for those, because I also did a pink version from them, but I think the pink version of those socks are so broken, so I have put them completely away. I couldn't find them. But then I have this Rowan Fine Art premium hand-painted sock yarn. This is a yarn that I received from Vogue Knitting Live from Chicago in the few years back. I don't know how this yarn ended up to me, but I remember that I somehow received it. It's wool, kid mohair and mulberry silk. This doesn't feel so tough. I think this is more for sleeping, so if I would do socks from these, then they would easily get broken. But if you have any recommendations of really tough sock yarn, I would be really happy to have those recommendations, because my socks will get broken someday, so I need really tough sock yarn. Actually this is also sock yarn, this shirt, but when I bought the yarn I already knew that I wouldn't make socks from it, I would make a sweater. So any recommendations of good sock yarn would be really welcome. Okay, that's about it. I should say one more thing about the sock knitting. I said that shoemaker's child goes barefoot, and that's almost a thing with my kids too. I will take care of them in every possible way in other ways, but I don't knit socks for them. My mother-in-law usually knits socks for them, because I just feel that I don't have time, and maybe she has thought that okay, they don't have woolen socks, so I should make them woolen socks. And also I don't knit socks for myself, so that's a huge problem. But maybe with these now. Remember to use your discount from my Ravelry store, 20% off until 25th of April. And I will have one pattern which is going to be published in the middle of April, somewhere in the middle. So it's going to be the easy pullover, which I was wearing in my first YouTube episode, and then I will probably have some other publications coming soon, but I will talk about them later. Thanks for joining me, and please be safe and knit a lot, and try to have fun with your knitting despite the situation all over the world. Happy happy knitting. Bye!